everybody. Welcome to the SyFy Sistas podcast, where we give you our point of view. Today, I'm joined by my sister, Sabrina Wood.
Whoop, whoop.
Yvette Blackman-Tom.
Hello. Sorry. Sorry.
We've been having a good time before we even got on this show today. We are proud members of the Trek Geeks Network, and we are so glad to bring you this show today and show you some Geordi love. We're going to give out some Geordi love on the show today. Geordi LaForge is a man. He's the unsung hero, and we're going to talk all about him. And that fine man, LeVar Burton. Okay. Before we get into all of that, we're going to let you know about some upcoming events that SyFy Sisters are going to be participating in. So get your radios set. Tune the dial to the Women at Warp IDIC Podcast Festival. That's right. Tune the dial. I said tune the dial because I showed my age.
We're all just like, tune what dial?
That dial.
Where's the dial?
The dial in your head.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Jesus. Keep up, people.
All right.
We're going to be... You're OG. You are OG. We're going to be participating in the Women at Warp IDIC Podcast Festival. So look for us on that. That's coming up soon. And also, we hope that we'll see you all at AwesomeCon in Washington, D.C. on August 20th to the 22nd. We'll be there with bells on. But in between that, we're going to be in Vegas, y'all.
Hey.
5-year mission. Woohoo! Go ahead. Somebody tell the folks what we'll be doing in Vegas.
Well, what we're going to have is a meetup on Wednesday at 6 p.m. We'll be at the iBar. So hopefully you'll come and join us and meet us and have a few drinks, have a few laughs, get to know each other, because we really want to meet everybody from the mothership. And then we'll be working with the Trek Geeks Network, our Trek Geeks Network. So we'll be in the vendor's room. Also, Trek Geeks is having a big party on Friday.
Yay!
You had to get your tickets already, but I believe there are new tickets that are going to be announced soon. So keep your ears and eyes open on the Trek Geeks Network, Trek Geeks website, and Camp Kittimer on Facebook.
That's going to be so much fun.
Yes.
I'm going to be jealous. I'm expecting some live chats going on with me from Vegas. I want somebody to hit me up on Duo or something, or WhatsApp and clue me in, because sadly I won't be able to go.
Yeah, it's going to be a threesome in Vegas. It's going to be Sabrina, Fran, and Yvette are going to be in Vegas. JD and Tamia are going to be holding down the fort in Virginia and DC.
So we'll all be at
AwesomeCon.
So
all of us.
Mm-hmm.
All of us.
All 5 SyFy Sisters.
Yep. So we have panels on Saturday and Sunday. So check us out there.
Yep. And we're really excited about that. And this is going to be a fun summer. I'm really excited to get back into conventions and seeing people again,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Is that a partial yes?
I want to get out of this room.
Oh.
Get out of my corner.
Anyway, okay.
Yeah. So today, our guide through the Geordi love is going to be Sabrina Wood. Take it away, Miss Sabrina Wood.
All right, everybody. So as you know, we are looking forward to a week of Jeopardy with LeVar Burton coming up at the end of July. And we are so excited for that. I want you guys to all tune into that, because we are going to break the freaking channel or whatever it is that Jeopardy comes on, because I haven't been watching it because I just am not a Jeopardy person. Don't judge me. I watch it if I'm home. Yeah, hey, I like Alex.
Judging.
But now that I've been judged, I want to make this a full court press for LeVar Burton, and we want to get him that whole spot because the SyFy Sistas is going to have something to say about this if he don't get it. And before I just go off on this, but we're going to do this show about Mr. LeVar Burton because we truly do love him. He is a great person, and just doing a little bit of the research, so I was clear on everything about Geordi LaForge and LeVar. I came away thinking I knew this man and am more impressed with everything that he has done for reading, for the arts, for humanitarian things that I could ever say. So, Mr. Burton, if you're listening, and we know you are. We love you, LeVar.
We love you so hard.
Oh, my God, we sure do. So, we're going to get this started with this trip down memory lane about Geordi LaForge. So I personally am a huge fan of Geordi LaForge because in another incantation of myself, I am on a USS Holder and I am in the engineering department. Yay, Ensign Wood, engineer the USS Holder. And so I love engineers and I love all the engineering shows. And so when we said we were going to do this Love Fest for Geordi, I said, this is great because you've got like the warp room, the engine room feature. I got dinged because on my exam with Starfleet, I called it the warp room. I still passed, but Yvette's still making fun of me for saying that. I got nervous. But anyway, so Geordi has some really great highs. And then he has some really great lows. And then he has some really bizarre things that have happened to him on the 7 years on the show. And what's really interesting about this is that everybody knows Geordi, at least everyone listening to the sound of our voices, they know him from this show. They know LeVar from this show as being Geordi LaForge. But he came into my world as Kunta Kinte when he did Roots.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And believe it or not, he was doing Reading Rainbow before he was doing Next Gen. So,
yep.
Which I didn't even know that. That was something
I knew that because that was my generation.
Okay. So this is sort of like he was already a huge star when this show was starting.
He was there. He was there.
Yeah, he was their only big name star when Next Gen started. Nobody
knew who Patrick Stewart was.
Right. Nobody in America, at least, knew who Patrick Stewart was. He was people in England knew Patrick Stewart.
Unless you watched I, Claudius, Masterpiece Theater back in the day when I did, but even then he only was in a couple of episodes and he was Sejanus. If you guys are feeling me on that,
our generation knew him as the guy from Dune. He was that guy in Dune. That's all. Right, exactly. Geordi LeVar Burton was the star.
Right.
So, yeah.
And it's really interesting because, he goes from Lieutenant JG and is a navigator. And as Yvette pointed out, it's the only show that had a blind navigator.
Right.
We love it. We love Star Trek.
We love it, because that showed the possibilities of what could happen. Don't be,
Absolutely. And we're going to get into that visor in a little bit later because that visor was key on a lot of episodes. But we love Geordi.
Good and bad.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we love Geordi coming in as a navigator, as Lieutenant JG. We love him getting promoted to lieutenant, and then he becomes the lieutenant commander, head of engineering, and the whole big ball of wax. And we finally see him as a captain. So let's go through this. I'm going to start with you, Yvette. Tell me, what's your favorite? I mean, if you have to get one Geordi episode, which one is it going to be? Ooh, she's making faces like, oh, she can't even. Didn't you read the notes, girl? I said I was going to ask you this.
Let's see. You know which one I like? My favorite Geordi one. It really doesn't help him, but when he gets captured by the Romulans. Yeah. I mean, I like that one. I don't think it has anything to do with Geordi, but I like that one.
No, the Mind's Eye.
Yeah, I think so.
Mind's Eye. He gets kidnapped by the Romulans. I
just like the fact that you get to see Geordi. It's not that he gets kidnapped by the Romulans. So in the beginning, he's in the shuttle pod, and I can't even say it right, but you know what I'm talking about. So he's in there talking to. Yeah, right. So he's in the shuttle pod and he's talking up to the computer. He's finally relaxing, and his fun time is doing word problems and engineering word problems and games with the computer. And that's who Geordi is. And I like that we see just Geordi. We know he's that geek. We know he's that guy, but I always love that part. I like seeing Geordi that way. He's really in his element there. You know, he's not awkward. You know, he's not trying to get some girl's eye or anything like that, but he's just Geordi. And I like that. You know, that's what I like about Star Trek. You get to see people in their natural element and stuff like that. So when I think of a favorite, I always think of that one, but just that part. I just like that fact that his fun is chilling out with the
he seemed completely comfortable by himself.
Extremely comfortable. Do you ever see him that comfortable?
No.
I love that one. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, he was definitely chilled back, and I love it. Yeah, I love that one. I didn't think of that, but that's cool. So, Tamia, which one is your absolute favorite? You can even give us just a favorite Geordi moment.
I have a really hard time narrowing it down because, well, there's two that I really like that I think show Geordi at his best, like why I love Geordi so much. But I guess I'll go with Identity Crisis.
Really?
In season 4. I love that episode as a Geordi episode because it really shows like the heart of Geordi, which is he is such a good friend. You know, he knows how to be. He was like, Geordi was the one I wanted to be friends with. Geordi would make friends with the unpopular kid, you know, and invite that kid to sit at the lunch table with him, you know. Geordi just, he shows compassion. He's a good friend.
You know, and Reg.
Well, I mean, so that's what I liked about. I liked how I liked how you got to see Geordi just being a regular, normal person with a woman, like regular and normal.
Yeah, that was
and also how like he was demonstrating this is how we do friendship. This is how we do a good friend. You know.
Yeah, that was one of his crewmates from the Hood, and so they had been friends for a while. And this year's on the ship, coming to warn Geordi. If you don't remember this one, Identity Crisis is the one where he turns into the creature. And for me, that has one of the creepiest holodeck moments when they were trying to figure out what was going on, and they went to the holodeck.
The shadow.
And the shadows showed up. I nearly jumped out of my chair.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. That was creepy.
Poor Geordi. I was like, oh my God. So that was that. I like how good that
was. That was a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That was a really good one. Yeah. There's so many episodes. Half the time you have to be like, oh yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Sure. No, it was really hard, like especially with Geordi, because he's such a main character. It's hard to narrow down what's your favorite, you know, because I have a lot of favorite moments of him with his interactions with Data, you know, and I really think that that's where a lot of that friendship shines through, you know, is between the two of them.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite one it is Relics. Number one, because it brings Scotty back. You know this TOSOG is going to go back to that one. But the thing I like about this one so much is that it shows Geordi's skill at being in command. And I love that about him because if you think about it, he was in command a couple of times where he actually got, you know, he was sitting in the chair and he was in command. And it was another one called The Arsenal of Freedom, where you see Geordi on the battle bridge and they separate the saucer section. And my boy took care of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was like Timeless or something. Yeah, where he separates the saucer section. Oh, yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
And Picard gives him that. He gives him that kudos. He's like, Mr. LaForge, bring the ship back to me the way I gave it to you. And they just stood in the back and they watched Geordi fly back and put it together. I was like, I cry every time. I cry every time. And I was like, oh, Geordi is so good. But then here, when he's got the Janolan, he just figures this out with Scotty, and they are just doing the do. And he was so calm. And when he calls Captain Picard and goes, Captain Picard, I'm holding the door open. Like, of course you are, Geordi, because you're Geordi, because you're cool. And I really wish that they had done a couple more where Geordi had the chair. Because I loved it when he had the chair. Yeah. So that was my favorite one. My favorite Geordi moment.
Because when you talking about that episode, where he separates the saucer section too, like that was his first command.
Yeah.
That was his first command. And he had to deal with crewmates who didn't want to accept his leadership.
Oh, they were all up in his face.
To overcome. Yeah. And, of course, a sister looking at that was like, the way that we read that as Black people watching that, we know that, especially Black people who have ever had to take command of anything before. There are people who are resistant and resentful at the fact that you have some power over them. And you got to fight through that and demonstrate your good sense and why people chose you to be in the position that you were chosen for in the first place. I was like, I loved it. He just did it so good.
Yeah, my boy even took over the ready room. I love that part because he told this guy what to do. Logan, the chief engineer, Logan, who, there was like 3 or 4 chief engineers in the first year of the show. Like he's interchangeable chief engineers. They had the woman at one point, and then they had
it was like Spinal Tap. I was counting them like I thought they were gonna blow up.
Then they killed one. Then one got killed. I was like,
I tell you, it's like red shirt. It was red shirt time over there in engineering for a while. I don't know what is going on. So Logan comes running up to the bridge and he tells Geordi that, he's not the one. I'm the lieutenant. You're just a JG. Yeah, I'm going to take over. Geordi's like, and then sent him down someplace else or walked into the ready room and looked out the window like he was Picard. I said, okay. I love when Geordi's in command. So, so those are some. Okay, so I have another thing about Geordi that I really loved, and you touched on it to me. He is really the guy that befriends the outsiders and the outliers and the ones that nobody else can take, which this is why in Relics, I really kind of wondered why they had him be so mean to Scotty at one point. I mean, I kind of understood it, but I think it was really uncharacteristic of Geordi to have snapped at Scotty like that, because Geordi is such a lovable guy and he's always making excuses and helping everybody. Even in that one when we were talking about being on the battle bridge, he was really talking his people up. So let's talk about Barclay. How about Geordi and Barclay? He's the only one that can take that man. I don't know.
Well, remember he didn't want to be bothered with him at first, so Picard kind of had to talk him into that because Geordi is kind of arrogant.
That's true. He didn't like Barclay. He snapped. Yeah, he was done with him.
He snapped at Barclay. I mean, Geordi is very arrogant when it comes to. I mean, in a good way, because that's who he is. He's the chief engineer, and he's on the flagship. So he is the chief engineer out there. So he wants everything to work right, and he doesn't want anybody, getting in the way of that. So
I guess that explains why he snapped at Scotty, because Scotty was in there messing with his dilithium crystal.
Exactly. And he didn't snap at Scotty until then. Because he was cool with, he was trying to, he's like, this guy, I'm going to give him all the props he needs. But when he started getting in the way and started messing with stuff, he was like, listen, you can't be doing all of this. And he was the same way with Barclay. And I mean, they both deserved to be snapped at. I mean, it wasn't like he did it on purpose, but I thought it was uncharacteristic for Geordi when he was like, I need him to go. Get rid of him. I don't want nothing to do with him. And Picard was like, listen, that's not the way we work here. We have to like everybody and make sure he's, doing well, all of that. So that's how Geordi and Barclay became friends. Then they became really good friends. And he was very good for Barclay's confidence. But
yeah, he accepted Barclay because Barclay showed him that he really was a good engineer.
Right. And that's all that matters to Geordi. Make sure don't mess with my engine room.
Don't mess with it.
Because I'm not playing with you when you start messing with my engine room.
Yeah, you come down here, I'm chief engineer. When you come down in here.
Right. Because, I mean, I don't remember what episode it was, but I remember the episode when he was trying to make sure he had 0.1 variance over some other chief engineer on another starship. Yeah. It was like crazy stuff. I was like, oh boy, they're really into it, So, he's serious when it comes to those with that, his engineers and his engine room. So, I think he doesn't really snap at people until not up to speed, or they're just messing with his domain, because that's what he's the captain down there. That's his domain, and it is the Enterprise. So
it is the flagship, like you said. It is the flagship. We're not having any mess going on over here.
Yes,
so
sir.
The other relationship that I want to talk about a little bit is the one that he has with our favorite android, Data.
Data. No, doctor, it's Data.
Okay, so this threesome, I have one of my episodes that I have down here in the notes is the threesome that goes into the holodeck, and all kinds of comedy ensues. Elementary Mr. Data with Miss Data Pulaski and Data. And the first time we see Geordi as Watson going into, and now here's another time when Geordi snaps, and I loved it when they go to play, Sherlock Holmes, and Data's got it all set up, and they get all dressed and everything, and they're sitting there, and Data just solves the whole mystery, and Geordi doesn't get to say anything, and he's like, "I'm done. I'm not playing anymore."
Yeah. I'm not your sidekick, buddy.
Right?
No. What kind of fun is this? I thought we were going to solve the crime. You already know everything. No. And then Geordi says the magic words, "Make a villain that can outsmart Data." And I just went, "What did you do?"
They're always doing something. It's always them.
Yeah, with our engineer that created Moriarty. So I'm a Sherlock Holmes fan. I've actually been to this house on, 221B Baker Street. I went inside. I got my little hat and everything. Just totally love Sherlock Holmes. I actually love these episodes. But
you're not alone. I love these episodes too. I think they're a lot of fun.
And Pulaski starts her mess in that one. So, she's telling, she's number one, she's eavesdropping on their conversation. Because the Data and Geordi are just talking about the thing, and then here come Pulaski putting her 2 cents in. Well, he's just an android. He can't figure anything out anyway. And I'm like, oh my God, no wonder everybody hates this woman. But
I hate her so much that I haven't watched that episode in years. I don't even know what happens in the episode anymore, because I could not take her.
Well, she's the one that starts the bet. She makes a bet saying that, she did. That Data can't figure out any kind of scenario where he doesn't know the answer. And then Geordi gets in it. And the next thing we know, the ship's in trouble and everybody's all messed up. And I'm like, God dog it. Holodeck.
I don't hate Pulaski at all.
I don't hate him either. But
she started off rough, but I'm a Pulaski fan, because I think well, that's a separate podcast, but I think that she's been judged very harshly. Yes. And I think that if there was a man playing that role that way, that most of that
Dr.
judgment.
McCoy.
Right, I agree with you.
That totally most of that judgment would not have come down on her.
Well, I have the same judgment for him. So.
Oh, she's Dr. McCoy, and he is the worst.
I
mean,
God,
I can't.
He is the most racist. Never mind. That's a different podcast. Go ahead.
Yeah, it sure is. One of these days, we're going to have to get down to...
is...
I know.
Watching TOS now and listening to him be in Spock's face, every time Spock is sitting in that chair, he's got something to say to Spock about how he's commanding the ship. I said, Pulaski never did that.
No.
She knew her place.
And not only that, but she continued to learn. She learned every episode, and she grew as a character,
And she did say, no, she wasn't the bust them up person. Somebody else.
Yes, she did.
Did she say bust them up?
Yeah, she was the one.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. I will forever love her for that.
What was the name of that?
That game.
The fingers.
Game.
The skill.
No, not the game.
No, not the game. Not the episode. The game. Not the game. Stratagema. Yes.
So we will forgive Pulaski for giving us. He busted
them up. If you guys, I wish listeners that you could see what we were, because we were all sitting here wiggling our fingers. The one with the fingers, and we're wiggling our fingers at each other in the screen.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, I did love the 2 Sherlock Holmes episodes. There's only 2. It's just Elementary Mr. Data, and then we have the second one, Ship in a Bottle, where Moriarty comes back and is Barclay this time instead of Pulaski. He's the one that's with them trying to figure out how they're going to get this guy off the ship.
That's the one where, yeah. Well, okay, we digress on. Yeah, Moriarty comes back. He tries to take over the ship again. Okay.
Yeah, they're all down in engineering. They're all down messing in Geordi's domain in that holodeck. I'm like, y'all need to get out that holodeck. Okay, so now we mentioned Data, and I do think that his friendship with Data was really interesting because he was the one that was truly helping Data become human, the thing that Data wanted to do. And I think the whole idea, even right up to Nemesis, when the two of them were, trying to get that ship done and, Data dies. I mean, I felt so bad for Geordi when that all happened because Geordi really was a friend of Data. He was like, this is somebody that I will miss, and this is a buddy. And, he wasn't real, but I'm sounding like Pulaski.
Exactly. I'm like, wait a minute. He wasn't real. You need to walk that back quick.
Wow. I heard Pulaski come out my mouth.
I mean, Data said more than once that Geordi was his best friend.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't have a conversation about either one of them without the other.
Right.
They're so intertwined.
That's the problem I have with Picard. That I'm like, who was watching these shows that they put these people together? But all right.
But that Geordi wasn't there?
Geordi wasn't there. I'm like, how is Geordi not there and we're talking about Data?
Yeah.
But,
oh, yeah. No, you have to have him in there because
he doesn't have to be the star of the show, but I mean, we should have seen him,
Well, I also think it's arguable the stance that they took in Picard that the Data's most meaningful relationship was Picard. That's pretty much what they were saying. Like,
that's what they were saying. Yeah.
And, and I think I would beg to differ.
Me too.
I think his most meaningful relationship was with Geordi.
Mm-hmm.
Picard was not the one holding Data's hand all the time, walking him through the ins and outs and intricacies of human psychology and human rituals. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Picard was not the one explaining human beings to Data and helping his friend on his quest for whatever he wanted to be. It was Geordi. Right. It was Geordi.
And you could say Picard probably did that, but as a captain, as a superior.
Right, as a mentor.
Geordi did it as a mentor, where Geordi was his battle buddy, his friend.
Right.
They worked together, They went on vacations together. It was that type of thing,
Right. Geordi was there every day with Data.
Right.
Picard was there too, but like you said, it was different. Like they weren't hanging out after hours. It was, Geordi and Data.
He didn't call him Jean-Luc. He called him Captain. He called him. Geordi called Data. Data called Geordi. They didn't say Commander or Lieutenant Commander or anything like that. It was first names all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, one of the scenes I really like with Data and Geordi was when he was when Data decided he was going to learn how to paint, and Geordi came in to look at the paintings that he was painting, and Geordi's got the visor. Now this is what really struck me. Geordi's got the visor on, and he's trying to look at these paintings, and I just said, "This is such a Star Trek moment." I just don't even, only in Star Trek can we have a blind man looking at an android trying to paint a picture. I said, "This is like, okay, writers' room, you guys went right there with it." I love it. I loved it.
Oh, I know what I knew. I was trying to think of the one time when Geordi was not going to have a friend. It was him and Spot. He said he was going to kill her. I was like, wow. They did not get along.
Spot was in trouble with a lot of people.
Yeah, but Geordi was going under the bed to go get that cat. Mm-hmm. I was like, oof. All right.
And because they went Spotted tore up his room or something when he was watching the cat or something like that. Well, I was just watching Timescape before we did this to do the show. And that's the one where
my second favorite one.
Yeah. And the show starts with Riker getting some head damage taken care of. And,
Spot.
Crusher says, "Oh, you're playing Parisi Squares." He said, "No, I was trying to feed Spot."
That damn cat.
That cat.
I don't know. That cat was a he or she. I don't know. A they. I don't know what that cat was.
It was a she because the Spot saved the whole Spot.
Oh, that's
saved
right.
The ship.
Yes. That's right. And yeah. But then there were many times when they would call it a he.
But it was a she. I think. Well, that was the thing, though. They were surprised when Spot got pregnant.
Right. They were surprised when Spot
okay.
got pregnant. They thought that Spot was a guy at first, and then Spot got pregnant, and Spot's a gal.
All right, I'm bringing this back to Geordi. So let's talk about the one. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask you guys what you think about Geordi's role in a particular one. I wonder if it's the same one that you were about to ask about.
I bet it is.
Because the one that I didn't say is one of my all-time favorite Geordi episodes is I, Borg.
Oh no, I was going to say something else. Go ahead.
Yeah, with Hugh and how Geordi really. It's Dr. Crusher and Geordi both at first, bringing Hugh along. They have that Dr. Crusher, Geordi, and Hugh have that moment in I, Hugh, where they teach each other their names, right? And they name Hugh. But after that, it's really Geordi who defends Hugh, who recognizes Hugh's individuality and really steps out on a limb and pushes back against everybody on the plan that everybody had agreed on. Geordi has the courage to say, this isn't right.
This is not right.
Another reason why Geordi should have been in Picard.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I thought they so dropped that ball by not having him in that
He didn't even ask, how's my friend? Which he always did. How's my friend Geordi?
Right.
When he saw Picard, that should have been the first thing he said.
Right.
Exactly. Or otherwise, there would have been no Hugh. He wouldn't have been on the reclamation project. He wouldn't have been anywhere. He would have been on that planet, and they would have been harvesting some parts when they came back to get him.
There would have been no reclamation project. Like, there would have been no idea of a reclamation project without Hugh. Right. And without Geordi's befriending Hugh.
Exactly.
And sticking up for Hugh, making sure that, he had his chance to say, he didn't want to go back or whatever, to be Hugh.
Right, to be Hugh and to have his own choice.
Mm-hmm. So that one kind of got me that, that's in my head scratcher. Like, how did you not get Geordi in any of the first season of Picard? And don't come up and tell me he's going to be in the second season or the third season. No, you need to have him in the first season when Hugh was alive, and now you killed him off. And okay, I'm calming down.
All true. All facts.
Yep.
So
where's the lie?
Where's the lie in that? You missed the chance. So I have another episode that I want to talk about where I think they dropped the ball, and I would love to revisit this episode with us. Just a change in the character. So Tamia, you've got that look on your face. I think you know where I'm going now.
Maybe.
Booby trap.
Oh no! See, I thought it was going to be a different one.
Okay, Booby Trap perennially gets kind of dissed by a lot of people because they don't like this episode, but I actually like this episode. And this is the one where he cooks up Leah Brahms in the holodeck.
This is the holodeck Leah Brahms.
This is the holodeck Leah Brahms.
Right, and they're trying to get out of that field where they're stuck in whatever, So one of the things that we have learned in all of our research here is that character was originally intended to be the daughter of Dr. Daystrom. That's who she was supposed to be. Right. But then the casting department cast her, and they cast this very capable white woman to be, this girl. And then someone actually remembered that Dr. Daystrom was black, and they had now had a white actress, and she was showing up on the set. So they had to rewrite the script and make her just this totally unrelated person. And I always thought that they had missed such a good chance, but that blunder would have made this episode 20 times better if she had been the daughter of Dr. Daystrom.
Exactly. I don't see why they didn't even have to change the actress, really. I mean, I would rather
because she
work, but I mean, they really didn't have to change the actress.
Yeah. I mean, she looked like, I mean, for years, I had to look and I was like, is she mixed?
You and every other Black person going,
yeah, but like, is she one of us? I think she might be one of us.
Somewhere.
You know? Somewhere.
Well, okay, but we don't know what she's supposed to be playing, but she wasn't playing Dr. Daystром's daughter. Definitely not William Marshall's daughter.
That hurts me every time I think about it, because not only could that have added so much more richness to the Daystrom history and name, but, just to see another intelligent, competent, very highly qualified Black person in Trek with a really meaty, substantive role to play in the Trek universe.
Exactly.
Yeah. Not just background, walking around in the background, it hurts to think about it still now. It makes me mad every time. Like, you seriously, you asshole, you really couldn't just, oh my God, who did this? And I don't know how much of a mistake it was. How do you not know who the character is supposed to be?
Oh,
well,
you're a casting director. You know who you're supposed to be casting for. I mean, that's what I think.
Wait, aren't you the one that told me something crazy about Dr. Daystrom? That you didn't know? Yeah. I
don't know.
You didn't know that that Daystrom that they were talking about was...
Oh, for years. I didn't know that Daystrom was Black. Right. Because
okay. Yeah. You didn't
you haven't watched TOS, you don't know that Daystrom is Black.
Right. You don't.
That's what I think.
I agree. And I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, so that's why I was looking at you like, how are you saying that? You didn't know it was Black
because you work for the Enterprise, because there's a character description. The Enterprise.
I'm on the flagship.
Not only do I work on the Enterprise, I work for the Enterprise.
All right, you should have cleaned that up. I suggest all of you go back and watch The Ultimate Computer with William Marshall, where he plays the original Dr. Daystrom, and he is supposed to be the father of the woman that Geordi LaForge was channeling in the holodeck when he saved the ship from the booby trap. And that's all I'm trying to say.
Okay, but also with the booby trap, it is a little cringy because, well, I guess that's an understatement for real. It is. I mean, gosh, why, Geordi? Why do you have to be so weird? Because I just got totally.
It happens.
It was weird. It was really weird. I mean, and at first, like, I used to try to defend Geordi and be like, oh, people are just bringing their own pervy thoughts to this episode. And then I watched it again and again, and I'm like, no, it's bad. It's just
it really is bad.
I mean, it's like, oh, I'm just going to make her be happy. And all of a sudden I'm going to realize that I like you, girl.
Yeah,
it was definitely a cringy moment. So I don't think that having a different actress play her would have made this any less cringy. Maybe even.
What?
So now if that had been a sister.
But see, no, that's my point exactly. Because if they had kept her a sister, that original script wouldn't have looked nothing like this. If that had been a sister, she would have given him one side eye, one time.
Well, he was programming her.
Mess.
He was programming her.
Yeah,
so it would have been.
And let me tell you, that computer
would
have given him that computer would be like, I know how sisters are. I'm going to give you one side eye. This does not
compute. Your parameters are incorrect.
Nope.
Oh my God. So yeah, I think that it would have been a whole different show if that had been a sister playing Leah Brahms in the first and in the second show. Definitely in the second. But
definitely the second one.
Okay. Yes. I mean a definite sister. I mean, like, not like maybe she isn't a sister. I mean a definite sister.
Like, yeah.
So, okay. So I have another question for you guys. Do we have any more cringy moments that we want to?
Yes, I do. So, so unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't know the name of this episode. It was definitely in the first season, and it was a Q episode. It wasn't Farpoint. It was the next Q episode. He gave Riker powers.
Oh yeah.
And he gave Geordi the sight.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And the first thing he does is look at Tasha and tell her how beautiful she is. And it just cringe. I mean, every time I see that, I'm like, why are we doing this? Why is this necessary?
Why TNG writers in the first episode? Because in the first
season, it came right after Code of Ethics. So, I mean,
you mean Code of Honor?
Code of Honor. Yeah. I mean,
whatever.
Because those writers were on crack. I swear to God, they were.
Yeah, they were on racial
They didn't
crack.
know. Yes, they didn't know any black people except for black people that worked for them.
Yeah,
and they knew, and they had women. I swear, I don't know what women they had around them, but they weren't doing their jobs either.
Yeah,
you know. And I mean, you're right. That was like a total. It was like that's the first thing you do, and the optics of that, you know,
wasn't good.
Yeah, I hear Honey's like, let me in. Please let me in.
She's not happy. Yeah.
Well,
even
let her in.
Even Honey didn't like that episode.
That's our Yvette's little baby doggy, Honey, that you hear in the background. She wants to come in and record with us. She does not like being separated from mommy.
or the SyFy Sistas. She loves our voices.
She loves to record with us.
So do we have any more cringe that we want to get off of our we just have to.
I'm sure there is, but those are the major ones that I need to hit right now.
Yeah, I mean, the rest, I think there's other cringe, but it falls in character with Geordi as, you know, that nerdy guy who's down in the engine room, where these were just out of character. I mean, it just not necessary.
I have one of my favorite cringe. It's kind of like,
and I just want to point out one more thing. I'm sorry. One more thing.
Go.
So,
I'm loving this.
So I find that extremely cringy, not only because of the optics of that, but because it was the first season. And before that, we knew him as Kunta Kinte.
Hello.
Right.
Especially me. I can't speak for anybody else, but I did not want to see, I had a big problem with Geordi with this thing on
his eye
on TNG, because so I was this little kid who watched Roots. I watched Roots by myself. I remember those days watching it, and I was in front of this little TV, the only TV we had, and I watched it, and it enthralled me. And Kunta, when you know everything that Kunta went through, I went through. And then when I got to then TNG came on when I was older, and I was like, is this Kunta? Is that Kunta Kinte? Because I really didn't watch Radiant Rainbow or anything like that, but I knew him as that, and I always knew who LeVar Burton. And it's just that when it just got to me when he's gonna. Oh, so you're gonna put Kunta Kinte on a spaceship, and then you're gonna cover his eyes with something, and then and I don't think I even seen Code of Honor, but I saw that one. And I'm like, wait, what is happening? How is this? You know, it just, and I really never watched, it took me a long time to come back to Star Trek, that show after that. So, I mean, I've watched all of them, but that first season and Code of Honor did not get me. I mean, I kind of liked Code of Honor when I first watched it because I was like, I don't know what's going on, but is this, like, I didn't figure it out. I saw a bunch of Black people who had they were, African. I said, oh, these are Africans? What's happening, But I had to watch it again to really figure out what the hell was going on there. Mm-hmm. But when I saw that episode, I was done. I don't think I went back to TNG until probably the third season.
Yeah. That's really interesting. Yeah. I did not have that same reaction when I saw him on there because I don't know, because I had Reading Rainbow in the middle or something.
Probably.
So I don't think I was really hip to that at that moment. I was just like, oh, okay, this is his new character.
Whatever. No, I was disappointed.
I did not like him. I did not like the fact that he it was not lost on me though that he gets his sight and the first thing he does is look at a white woman.
Yep.
That was not lost on me.
Yeah. I think, that definitely colors my Geordi perspective even to this day. I still like him, but I always think of that, and I kind of sweep it away, and then enjoy the rest of the stuff. I gotta lay that blame squarely where it lies, and that's with those writers. That's
the character is not the character's fault, like how he was written.
Right. It taints the character in the beginning, because he was supposed to be the star. Because I remember all of this. I think I was in college when this all was going on. I think it was my second or third year of college, and so I was. Back then we were all wearing those black African medallions, and it was all about black this and black that, and then we were like, damn, they're gonna put Kunta on this? What's happening? What is this? We were not feeling it. And then of course I love Star Trek, so I watched it, and I was like, oh no, this is not good at all. So it took me a while to get back to it.
They had to redeem Geordi. They had to get him off of that.
They did redeem him in the end. Eventually, but that was not a good first season look for him.
No, I was disappointed when because it had been such a dry spell between TOS, and then finally we got the movie, and then finally, okay, now here we get TNG, and I'm all excited, and I'm hearing like, oh, these people are going to be on. Michael Dorn was a character actor in a couple of other things before he came on the show, and I said, you got the two best looking men in the franchise, and one you put a visor on him, and the other one you put the head ridges on, and I'm like. And then you give me the bald white man. What? Not that I don't love me some Patrick Stewart, but it was a hard road to hoe the first couple of episodes of Star Trek Next Generation, because I was like, why you got the brothers looking like this? I don't understand. And Michael Dorn is so handsome.
Gosh,
even in the head ridges, he had Troy and Jadzia and Ezri. Okay? But Geordi, they just I don't know why they did this to them. And even though that visor, and we're going to talk about the visor, because the visor was also kind of cringy, good, super duper. But it was sort of like, oh my God, you're going to cover up those chocolate brown eyes and I can't see them for 7 years. I could kill every one of you.
But that's why I like that when Geordi came back in Voyager, and that episode Timeless, and, no visor, which was great, which was fantastic. And he was captain of his own ship.
That is actually my favorite Geordi. Is in Voyager.
That was my favorite Geordi too.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
I mean, I love what Geordi grows into. But I love being on the journey of with Geordi as he grows up.
Yeah.
And let's talk about that Timeless one, because he even then was trying to talk the thing down. He was trying to de-escalate that situation with Chakotay. And I love those scenes that they had where he was like, guys, you better power down that Delta Flyer or I'm going to have to do this. Geordi was warning him. But it was a great episode. And I did love, he didn't have those freaking blue eyes in that one either, did he?
Yeah, he did.
He did have them? Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything. It's just why? Okay. But
well,
but at least he didn't have the
I know, because they had to give some type of visual cue, I guess, to allude to.
They just really freaked me out. The visor was better, but okay. So that's my little. Okay, so the visor. It was kind of cool in a couple of things where, because of Geordi's visor, they got out of whatever. Now you mentioned Mind's Eye. And I thought it was really great. What I loved about that one was that we kept seeing Geordi's point of view. And, we were seeing how he sees everything in the infrared and all the different spectrums.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, it was like, wow, this is how you see? Oh, my God.
He was just telling that, the Picard was Picard was sitting there amazed. Like, I can't believe Geordi's like, this is how I see all the time,
Well, that was
that the same one? Oh, whoops, my bad.
That one was...
I always do that.
That was the one where those Klingons were on the ship. and they had to go out and
that's right. The Mind's Eye was the kidnapping one.
Yeah, that was the kidnapping one.
Yeah.
But the visor came in both of those where Geordi was transmitting back to the ship onto the screen where he was seeing, and everybody was like, this is how Geordi sees the world? And he was like, yeah, like, what's the problem?
So you guys remember that in the first scene, no, not his first scene. Well, the first time he gets on the Enterprise, he goes to see Dr. Crusher. And the first thing that she finds out is that he is in pain.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So he's been in pain ever since he had that thing. So he's been in pain until the D crashes, basically.
Right.
Right. And that's amazing.
Until she gives him those new eyes, those whatever they're called. So I always thought about that. I was like, he's in pain from the first time we see him. He's always in pain, but he does everything he does. But they never come back to that again. You know.
Well, because she corrected it, right?
No,
she took away the pain. Didn't she take away the pain? Didn't she offer? Oh, okay.
She offered, but he said that he could. If she dulled it, it wouldn't make it work anymore.
Right. He was going to lose something if she did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she offered to do all kinds of things, and because remember, and they even was it cause and effect? That was the whole thing. He used to always come back. I think his visor's always causing some problems. He caused the problem in Parallels, right?
Yeah, he comes next to every time he comes up, and every time Worf came near Geordi.
It took me forever to figure that out.
I watched it.
It took me forever to figure that out.
It really did. I thought that was a great one. That was one of my favorite ones.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That is a good one. I haven't watched that in a long time.
That's a really good one. Yeah.
I should go watch that now. See you later.
Okay, bye.
That and Cause and Effect, though. Well, Cause and Effect is my favorite, but yeah, those are really good.
All right, here's an idea that I have after watching all of these things here.
Wait, okay. I'm sorry. Were we talking about before we leave the visor? Mm-hmm. Before his visor wasn't his visor instrumental in solving the problem for those folks in the Masterpiece Society?
Yep.
It gave him the idea.
I love that line.
Basic something.
That if he lived in their society, he wouldn't even been able to be born, right?
Right.
Yeah. But his visor is the one that saved them.
My blindness.
He was asking me, he was like, who do these people think they are to decide whether or not I have the right to live? Mm-hmm. You know? And I love that. That was a good one to rewatch. You know, it's hokey. The cringy moments in there don't come from Geordi.
No,
they come from that ridiculous
that
ridiculous quote unquote love story with Troy and that weird dude, Aaron.
She has strange taste in men. That Troy.
All her love stories are cringy.
Oh, it's just the worst. It's the worst.
All right, let's move on.
I wasn't. I was gonna. There was one more visor thing I had. I had another visor.
As long as this with the visor and not.
No. Okay, so I'm connecting two together because I have this whole thing about Geordi and the Romulans. Because the Romulans just be picking on Geordi, but the enemy, the one where he's left on that planet. And
with the Romulan,
that is good too. That's a good one. One. I'm gonna watch that one later.
Right, and they have to get it together. And Geordi's visor kicks out, and then finally the Romulan is going to help him, and he's the hands, and they figure the thing out, and they send the pulse or whatever the hell happens, right? Yeah. But I always thought that was the reason why they kidnapped Geordi in the other one, because they had all that intel.
I agree. I agree.
That makes sense. I
definitely believe that. Yeah.
They were like,
because how else would they know?
How else would they know? Because he gave them all. Tomalak got all the information. He's like, yo, this guy's got this visor that can do X, Y, Z. They were like, well, let's kidnap him.
Yeah.
It was in there. It was in that guy's report. You got to make a report.
And they went back and got Geordi after he helped them out. No good deed goes unpunished.
Well, it's the Romulan way.
Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly. He wouldn't be a Romulan if he didn't get something out of it.
That's your issue. Because that's how they are. That's on you.
Yeah. But that's what I put together after doing this little research. I was like, A equals B.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Definitely that.
Can we talk about the ultimate elephant in the room? I'm going to say it, and I know y'all going to laugh at the one that I really love.
Okay.
Samaritan Snare and the Packlets.
I knew it was coming. All right. Let the silliness commence.
You have to understand that the SyFy Sistas had a watch party one day, and we watched this show with a bunch of people. It was just, it was like, Science Theater 3000, it just got crazy. So we love the Packlets.
We do. We really do.
Yeah.
Poor Geordi. They were messing with him. Forget the Romulans, the Packlets. How many times did they shoot him? It's like, about to smack him, stupid. That has to be one of my favorite funny episodes. Poor Geordi. Again, no good deed. He goes over there. He was like, oh, yeah, Starfleet engineering. I'll get you
Arrogance and hubris.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
There it was. He went over there with his little case. And they took him out.
They did. He's smart.
Make it go. We make things go. We find things. Oh, my God. Don't get me started. I still say I want to know if there are any female Packlets. I want to know what they look like. I want to see.
They look just like them.
With the eyebrows. Although some people I see now look like they got those Packlet eyebrows and eyelashes going.
That's
ladies,
podcast.
please cut these eyelashes back. Please. Y'all look like Packlets.
I have young daughters who, yes.
Oh, okay. But anyway, I had to get that one in because the Samaritan Snare is definitely one of my favorite ones. Although I thought the ending when they fooled him and with the purple puff and all that didn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I was like, no, not even the Packlets are going to get fooled by that.
Come on, nothing in that episode makes sense. I mean, it was just an episode. It was some fun.
Yeah.
We got to meet the Packlets.
Exactly.
I want them to come. They've been in they were in
Lower Decks.
Yes, they were.
Oh,
Sabrina.
You haven't watched Lower Decks.
Oh, Miss I don't like cartoons.
Oh boy.
I can't even go into it then.
It's not that I don't like cartoons. I just have not watched it yet.
Line.
You really need to watch it because
I've watched some of them.
Because the finale is absolutely excellent.
I know, and it's restarting again, everybody, on August 12th.
That's right.
Stand by for the new season of
Lower Decks.
I love Dawn Lewis, and I need to watch this.
Sabrina, you have to catch up and finish season 1 before you can start season 2. Love.
Okay. All right. I promise I will be up on my animated Packlets. But
just
I'm
let
call
your
you. I'm going to call you
inner child out. Just let your inner child out.
I actually think it's the best first season of any Star Trek show.
I agree with you. It's
Definitely.
Really, I mean, it fires on every cylinder, on every level. Every show does what it's supposed to do. But that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole nother podcast. All right. Put that on the list of podcasts that we need to do. When I finally watch all of them. Although I changed my profile picture to an animated character from one of the Star Treks. I changed my profile picture to Bim today.
Oh,
so I
Bim.
like him. Bim.
I love Bim.
I like animated.
Bim is my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love Bim.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I'm coming back to
Geordi. Wait. Go ahead.
Yes.
What do you have to be? Because I'm going to go off on Bim.
I have a head scratcher Geordi episode.
Okay.
And it's kind of a downer now. I can't go from Packlets to this one, but from Interface. Remember where the aliens are making like they're his mother, and so Geordi's like going off the rails trying to save his mother.
Yeah.
that's not the part that gives me the head scratcher. The part that makes me scratch my head is the fact that Geordi can't see that that's clearly not his mother. That this is like, I mean, you know, like it took, if it wasn't any other time, Geordi would be like, oh, that's an alien, Shorty.
Yeah, because I can see, you're not giving me the right frequencies.
You're not giving me the right information. You're not answering. You're being evasive with the questions, you know. And so I know it was supposed to be an exploration of grief, right? And, you know, and being so devastated, wanting to hold on to any hope that could be. But it just felt like it was done in a really stupid way to me. Like Geordi's just not that dumb.
Mm-hmm. I think you're correct. Because I think I don't like that episode either. I think there's a lot. They could have done a better job with that episode. But I do think
and with her death, please, with her death. Well,
of course, right. Always.
Well, could we have met her before she died?
Right. Could be a
what do we always say?
Captain.
Dead. She was dead when we met her.
Yeah.
What happened to the black woman who was the captain of the ship? She's dead.
Dead. But I think they're trying to show you grief and guilt also, because he has a lot of guilt. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think I could get behind that. And the fact that it was aliens, so you don't know what they had that they could show him, you know, what he wanted to see. You don't know I don't remember how it really went, if they could get in his mind and show him what he wanted to see. But there was a lot going on there, not just grief, but guilt also. So it colored a lot of things. He wasn't being the Geordi that we're used to. Mm-hmm. So I kind of get it. It's not my favorite episode. Like you said, I would love to see his mother play that role, because that actress is like fabulous. I love her voice.
Well, you bring in Madge Sinclair, and you bring in Ben Vereen, and this is all you give me with that?
Roots.
Right.
And it's the Roots reunion.
Right. Like, you can't give me more.
And we got like 2 scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like so done with this episode.
Again. Like, see, this is what happens when, you know, like, Ben
Vereen.
When you have people who don't respect your culture trying to write stuff about, you know, I mean, we know that the main producers were just, you know, they were trying. I mean,
I don't know. They could have tried.
You know,
they were trying for, what was that? When did that come out? Late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying for that age. That's what they were trying. I mean, for us now, that's not trying. But at that
least
time,
we got Joe Sisko finally.
Yes, right. But at that point, I would say they were trying, because I remember them doing a lot of things like bringing the Black Navigator on the show. That was the first time. There was a lot of that going on. So there was, just like Discovery listens and does things, they were doing it also, but it wasn't. You know, it was a network show, and you had to wait till people send in mail, and they did try. And I think for that time they tried, but you know, they hit miss. I'm sure in 10 years we're going to look back at Discovery and go, they really thought that was enough. You know, so
yeah.
Well, we will see Ben in Vegas. He will be there, so we could say hello to him there. He's going to be.
I can't wait. I'm going. That when I saw that he was going to be there, I was very, very excited.
I'm sorry, Ben Vereen is going to be in Vegas.
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my word!
Do a show.
Yes.
Oh my word! Yes. That's going to be amazing.
Yep. I hope he and
Mr. LaForge will be there.
Yes, I hope he and LeVar do a photo together. Yeah, I hope they do photo op together or something, because I would love that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I love it. Love it. But anyway, to Madge Sinclair, may she rest in peace. Ben Vereen, we will see you in Vegas. The whole LaForge family. Oh, I love it. Love it. So, okay. So I want to wrap up with a few other shows. Just a couple more things that one of my other favorites.
Aquiel.
I was waiting. I want to know what this conversation is going to be like, because
I was skipping over that one. No. Actually, that was my other cringy moment. I forgot to mention that was one of my cringy moments. So yeah, let's go ahead.
Yeah, I know, right?
Go ahead. Talk about.
Nope. I brought it up. That's it.
Yeah, no, you go. It's yours.
No, you go ahead.
I said it.
Say it.
You said it. Cringy moments, the whole episode.
The whole episode.
It was one big cringy moment.
There's nothing in that episode that makes anything. I mean, oh.
Okay, we're done.
The one sister that has the whole episode, and
named after her. Okay?
Yeah,
right.
Okay, so for years I didn't even know the episode was named Aquiel until Netflix. And I'm like, it's called Aquiel? Really? So I watched it again going, yeah, no. Still, no. Nope. It's just not right. It's wrong.
The problem with the sister can't, she can't be on time. She can't do the stuff right. I'm like, stop.
I mean, they go in on her.
My God. And so Geordi's whole big thing in this is that he's defending her to all these other people that are coming down on her. This whole episode. I'm like, I get this at work. I don't need to have this. I don't need to come home and see this. No, I don't get that at work. But my cringy moment was, Geordi and Aquiel with the alien sex toy. That was wow. Wow. Yep, we're putting the E on this one again.
Yeah.
What in the world? Yeah. Fully clothed on her bed.
Right.
And of course Riker walks in.
Like he can smell it. He's like, oh, somebody's getting some.
Always.
He was down there. Hey. Is it time for games? Like, Riker, Will, get out.
Keep it in your pants, brother, and get out.
I mean, cringy.
Yeah. In jail.
See, I wasn't even going to talk about
murder suspect. Just wow. Everything.
Oh my God. All right. So the only show we haven't mentioned that I have in my notes is The Next Phase. Are we done with Aquiel?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Are we done with her?
Yeah.
Yes.
The Next Phase, where my other I'm not sure how I feel about her, but I don't know. She's kind of Ro Laren. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, oh God. And I love that actress. I love that actress.
Too. I mean, and it's not I like Ro.
You like
mostly.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish that we had more time with her character.
I think we had a lot of time with her.
Yeah, they were like loving her.
Yeah, we had a lot of time with her.
I don't feel like we had that much. I don't feel like we had. I don't feel like she got to grow as much. But I don't know.
I like the idea of her, and I did like the way they ended her arc. I thought that was one of the big feels I ever had when she portrayed Picard. I was just like,
I think that's the only episode I liked with her. I thought it was. I just liked the episode that it did not end with everything all right.
Yeah. Love that.
I really enjoyed that episode, and
that hurt him. Him.
I mean,
yeah, but I didn't have any problems with Ro. Like, she had too much of a chip on her shoulder for a little bit, but
Yeah, but she was.
It was a lot. I mean, it was just a. But that's who the Bajorans became to be. So I appreciate that's how we got to learn about the Bajorans.
It's like the template for Kira,
right. Exactly.
Well, she was supposed to be Kira, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
I thought so, but then no.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that's what
had it. They had said that originally that was going to be Kira.
That was the setup.
Here's Geordi again, making friends with the the difficult crew person. He's like defending Ro, and I thought it was interesting that Geordi was the one that was sure that they were going to get out of this, and Ro was just ready to die. Mm-hmm. She was just, no, I'm in Bajoran heaven or hell, wherever it's supposed to be. We're done. It's over. And Geordi's like, come on, girl. I did like that episode, though. I enjoyed that episode.
Story. I enjoyed that episode. I was watching that earlier, too.
It's a good story,
It's a fun one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, because everything is okay in the end.
Yeah, and I love that they were talking about how much they all love Geordi. I love the wake. The wake is one of my favorite scenes.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
And I love how Geordi was just like, you know what? No, we're gonna figure this out. I'm going to figure this out. Even if you're not going to I'm going to find us a way home.
Yeah, because I'm not dead.
Right.
Right.
Like, nah, shorty, I'm not dead.
No, not today. It's not happening here.
I'm a Starfleet engineer. I could do anything.
Right. These Romulans are not going to do it this time.
That's right.
Messing with Geordi. I mean, oh my God, here they come again. It's like Geordi and the Romulans.
Yeah, he has a problem with them in the books too. Goddamn Romulans.
Well, according to Memory Alpha, he grew up on the border of Romulan space or something like that. So he had a problem.
They had a really nomadic. That was part of his childhood. Was when he was with his mom, because his mom was working on an outpost out there. Okay. And his dad was working someplace else. He was really nomadic. Did you know that apparently Geordi was born in Mogadishu, Somalia?
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So
he wasn't American. He was African, Ethiopian, right?
He was Kente.
Somalian. I'm sorry.
Kente.
He was Kuta. Kuta Kinte was from the West Africa, but still.
And in real life, he was born in Germany.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that.
So he is a global person. So that is my stuff that I have. Okay, what else did I want to? So was there we talked about plots that we wish we would revisit. Anything that you wanted the writers to handle differently? Did you want less Skeet, more girlfriends, with anything? I personally wish he had been more of a captain, more of a command officer. A little bit more.
I don't know. I mean, I see that. I see where you're coming from with that, but I didn't need him to be more of a command officer at that moment. I would have liked to have seen him be able to do command things every once in a while.
That's what I mean. I wish he had done more, like Scotty.
A little bit more, but not. I don't really need it, because he was like doing his thing so hardcore in engineering. Right. I wish that they could have written him as with a healthier and more normal type of love interest and capacity, like the fact that they always wrote him so awkward and, and unlucky in love. And, I just really couldn't get with that. Like, he didn't get the joys of being able to be in a healthy relationship that a lot of other characters got.
Yeah, because
who? Who on that ship is in a healthy relationship?
He should have been able to be in a healthy relationship. I mean, Deanna and Will were in a healthy relationship for a while, and then their friendship was very healthy after their relationship, And then
you just proved my point by what you just said.
Well, and then she had Worf, Worf was healthy.
That was healthy.
They were happy together. Right. I mean healthy.
The only healthy relationship on that ship
they were in true partnerships. Those relationships. They were in partnerships that were more equal, and they were happy. I mean, if they weren't like holograms that he was gonna like. Ew. I'd say Geordi deserved a relationship.
Yeah, but I mean, think about it. He's
every
an
time
engineer.
We saw him, so what? That's such a stereotype.
No, I don't mean his. I mean, he's an engineer who is he's married to his job, just like Picard, just like everybody else.
All of them were married to their jobs,
and none of them had a healthy relationship.
That's not true. They did. Deanna, just because Riker and Troy didn't last that first time doesn't mean that their relationship wasn't healthy. And just because she didn't last with Worf doesn't mean that it wasn't healthy. Both of those relationships were healthy and normal relationships. They just decided not to work at that time. They just didn't work at that time. Geordi never had that. Every time they showed Geordi in a capacity or a moment to be in a healthy relationship, it was turned warped or stupid or cringy. And I didn't like that. Like, I would love to see a Black man portrayed in a healthy relationship.
Yeah, I think he only had one, right?
Was there one?
He didn't have any.
And no, that's my point.
The one with John Doe. When he had to go down to the John Doe crashed. Remember John Doe? I can't remember the name of that one.
You talking about Geordi?
Geordi had to go down he went down with Dr. Crusher to the planet, and she had to hook his brain up to the John Doe's brain or something.
Oh,
and
the guy that was and then he transfiguration.
Yeah, wasn't that what transfiguration?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he had a healthy relationship in that one. Finally, it was bad in the beginning.
Geordi, who was he having a relationship with?
Christy.
Oh, the girl on the beach.
Yes, because by time he got that transfusion, it made him
he was kind of
remember, and it turned out to be a good relationship, and
for 5 minutes.
Well, it was at least the rest of the episode.
The rest of the episode.
I gotta go back and watch that episode because
it was bad in the beginning because Worf. Remember, Worf goes, "I've been tutoring him." I'd say nothing.
Lord.
I've been tutoring him, and he walked off and went off with. I think her name was Christy something.
Christy.
I gotta watch that one again because I don't remember that at all.
Mm-hmm.
No, he got like a little juice from the transfiguration guy, and he
became more confident.
And Worf was giving him advice at 10 forward in the beginning.
Okay, it's vaguely starting to come back.
Worf was giving him love advice.
He was telling him,
hilarious.
It was terrible. It was really bad. But he did have one. That's the only one I remember. So
and he needed alien juice to get it done.
Right.
There's that. Yeah.
Well, okay. So I think we've given Mr. LaForge all the love we can muster, or do you think we have anything else that we want to say about the wonderful, wacky Geordi LaForge?
I just think I'm so grateful that he was on this show. Because he had all of the lines, I mean, every techno-babble line there was, he had to say them.
Oh, boy.
And he of all the things we talked about, the cringe and not being Kunta Kinte, but in the long run, he was great. It was great on that show. And the show was made better because he was on it. I mean, we look back and we just love everything he did. He made a lot of kids want to be engineers. A lot of black kids wanted to be engineers, and
definitely,
a lot of black kids wanted to read. All kids in America all around the world want to read because of this man. So, we love him, and I'm so happy for him. She really does.
Honey loves him. Honey, tell us how much you love Geordi, honey. We hear you.
So we really, I'm glad we did this because I really can't wait to see him on Jeopardy because I think that's going to be his calling. So
I think so too. Like, and if he doesn't get the permanent slot Jeopardy, we're coming for you.
Well, if he doesn't get the permanent slot of Jeopardy, he's just going to keep on directing episodes because we didn't even touch on the episodes he's directed. But just to finish this off,
that can be a separate show when we get to do LeVar Burton. I mean, now we've just been talking about Geordi, but LeVar Burton himself.
Shows.
Yes, he does need another show.
I'm good with that. He needs another show. LeVar show. So we could do it after we come back from
there were 29 episodes of Star Trek that man directed, so we can do it.
Yes.
Yeah. And they were good ones too.
Good.
Every single one.
Just like with Jonathan Frakes, they were all good.
Yeah. So we love us some Geordi.
Okay.
Well, he did some Enterprise too. So good.
Yep, he did. He did. Enterprise. He did Voyager, Deep Space Nine. Did them all. Yeah. The only one he didn't do was the one he was a baby. He wasn't born yet. Anyway, so I think that takes us to the end of our journey of the career of Geordi LaForge. We love him and LeVar Burton, and we wish him the best. We hope for sure that he gets it. His Jeopardy dream job. I think it's going to be an amazing. I swear, I will watch Jeopardy. I will tape that mess. If he's the co-host, I will be taping that. I can just imagine him. I mean, it would just be. That's so rich. God, I just want this to happen. So remember, everyone. LeVar Burton, host of Jeopardy, the last week of July. We want to break the internet talking about it. We will be posting about it on SyFy Sistas. And Yvette, do you want to take us to where everyone can find the SyFy Sistas?
Yes, you can find us at SyFySistas.com. That's SyFySistas.com. Join us on the mothership. That's MUTHASHIP. And the SyFy Sistas Book Club, both on Facebook. On Instagram, SyFy Sistas. Let's do that again. On Instagram, SyFy Sistas. I did it again. On Instagram, SyFy.Sistas. And we're also on the Twitter at SyFy Sistas.
All right, everyone. And that's our show for tonight. Thank you for listening. And we will be seeing you at AwesomeCon Vegas. And please listen to us on the Women at Warp panel of Edict, whatever that's called.
The Edict Podcast Festival.
The
Women
Edict
at Warp Podcast Festival. And I just wanted to put in a real quick shout out to Trek Geeks and let everybody know that you can get the Trek Geeks app on your iPhone or your Android phone. And there you can find exclusive content that you cannot find on the website from all the Trek Geeks shows. And that includes the flagship show, the Trek Geeks podcast. We also have Deep Space Pride, 5-Year Mission, Discovering Trek, Infinite Trek, Pilot Treks, Rewind, Trek Rewind, The Divine Treasury, Game Night, and Picard Live, and as well as us. So you can find our shows and exclusive content on the Trek Geeks app.
Okay. And that's the show for this week. Make sure you come back in another 2 weeks when we have another great show for you. Bye.
Peace, love, and hair grease.